It's been a long time. What's up, everybody? This is CIGARA CISTAR. And if you are on the live, and if you're watching the live at another time, okay, it's the most wonderful time of the time for me. Right before the sun comes up, those hours before the sun comes up, okay? So when you have your surveillance cameras and now you have them situated, this huge moon just came from around the back to the front, and it's going toward the west, and it's beautiful. So I'm up, ready to eat some oxtail, corn on the cob, plantain on a bed of pineapple. Then I got some fresh pineapple on deck. There's nothing like fresh pineapple, okay? Little juice. Then on top of that, I got some Jamaican sauce. So this is a little chat and smoke, because I can eat and smoke to those cigar dinners. And we also got some Jarritos on deck, okay? Jarritos. This is pineapple. So you see, I'm creating a little theme here. So good. Now, the cigar I have on deck is Trader Jack's. Not Trader Joe's, but Trader Jack's. Beautiful, and it pairs well with the pineapple, the roasted corn on the cob, the roasted oxtail, and the roasted plantain. I'm gonna move this out the way. All right, so I have punch. Bring that closer. I punched this, so it's ready to go. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut and light. The great thing about the punch, if it's not a torpedo, it's just really good when the draw is open. The reason why I love this so much is because I've had this for years. I said on social media that I'll be digging into my collection and getting the cigars that have held like 5 years. So if you can look at this from the foot of the cigar, head of cigar, foot of cigar, look at the foot compared to everything else. It is starting to, I would say, caramelize. So it didn't come like this. So that's a nice little change. But it has a nice sweet fragrance on it. And then the lighter, of course, I know many aficionados new in the game or older. This particular lighter has a punch. Okay, so you could just set it there and punch it on out, and then light. It has a triple torch. One of my lighters died, and I was just like bummed out because it just died on me, and I was just like, This is terrible, okay? But that's why, as aficionado, rule is you have matches, lighters, multiple, and you keep multiple bottles of butane, so you never run out. All right, so let's toast this up. Triple flame. Now I'm gonna rotate the flame instead of rotating the cigar. You could do it however you want to. I'm just gonna kind of baby this because I've had this again for like about right at 5 years, I would say. So you can hold it and then rotate it if you want to. But I like rotating the flame on some of the older ones. Okay. Let's toast it up. And just kind of baby it. It's not even ready, but the aroma is absolutely stunning on these. So when I blow into it, you see how it's starting to get there on its own time and without rushing it. My lighter, of course, is getting hot to the touch, but that's okay. The cool down. I always have another lighter on deck, so I'll let that cool down. All right, so what you notice, I didn't have to keep throwing the torch to the cigar. All I had to do was just toast it up a little bit and then do my draw, because it's been held for a long time, so the whole cigar is opened up pretty nicely. So you don't get to torch your flavors. You know, a lot of times when I see people, I'm sure like others, you'd be like, oh my God, super cringe, because you're like, oh my God, they are like toasting and scorching that cigar to no end. How are they gonna taste any of the beauty of the blend of the cigar if you're just torching it to death, you know? It's magically delicious. Has a nice sweet taste on the head of the cigar. And I love, you know, Trader Jack's. All right. So it's been a minute. And it's just been a lot going on, just a lot. And I only, like I said from the beginning of starting the channel, I only want to come on and smoke when I feel the good vibe, and you feel the good vibe, and it's not feel like it's forced, you know what I mean? I felt like I put out enough content for people to enjoy and go back. You know, you got this channel, and you got Cigar CISTAR Live, and you know, just kind of, you know, getting other things that took way priority. Not that y'all are not a priority, but you know what I mean, just life and things that you're dealing with. So let's groove before I get to eating. Now it's canoeing just a little bit, but that's okay. It will adjust itself. Okay, my phone just fell. We're live. Let me get that together. I like that little groove right there. I'm gonna go back a ways. And actually, my karma has been set up pretty good because there was something that I wanted to view on here. So let me go view it because we're live. We're just chilling. So whenever you're chilling in Tahdah Squadd, thank you. All right, so there's something I wanted to go check out, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. All right. So I hope that your Thanksgiving has been really good. You know, people still are celebrating, and you know, there's so much entertainment online. People were talking about leftovers, the debate. And it was like, how long do you keep your food? I was like, that's crazy. Some people said 2 days. Some people said 3 days max. Some people said I'm done at Saturday. But it depends on what you cooked and what can go up in the freezer. You know what I mean? Like, I saw people who did gumbo, jambalaya. Man, you can freeze that. You can freeze meats. You know how you package them. You don't know how people package, but most people package pretty good. Like, you get your Tupperware, but like, I would put in like wax paper and whatever I'm gonna freeze, and then a freezer bag on top of another freezer bag, and then seal it in, you know? So yeah, there's a lot of things that go up in the freezer for Thanksgiving. Like, it's expensive out here, people, with the food and stuff like that. So you wanna, you know, this is so delicious. So yeah, we had Jamaican inspired food, which is some of what I'm finishing up eating now. Most of that will be done today, and that's it. And we had oxtail, which is what I have, corn, plantain, rice and peas, had greens, macaroni, and jerk chicken. Did I say jerk chicken? Curry chicken. And of course, the special Jamaican sauce that has a Scotch bonnet in it. Okay, don't play. So we got piglet on deck. Y'all know how I do a lot of times when I'm eating online. So I'm gonna take this off. This is so good. One good thing that I always say to people when it comes to hot food, you can pretty much be a boss in front of people and eat some hot food. And the thing that really kills it, you know, like I watch Hot Ones and stuff, but what really kills it is the tomato. Tomato, yogurt, of course, water to smooth things out. Milk is okay, but if you're lactose intolerant, you're going to have to get lactose milk. But I would say yogurt, good plain yogurt, or either like a vanilla yogurt. But tomatoes, have the tomatoes on deck. Something about the acidity that just kind of stops a lot of that heat. So then you can act like a boss. Be like, hey, can I get a side of tomatoes? If you're out, you know. Okay, so, oh my God, we're gonna get into this without a doubt. Look at that. Look at that. My God. oxtail. Ooh. Now, I saw online too, people was like, it's not oxtails, it's OXTail. Without the S. Now, it's just whatever you grew up saying or however you did it. I am of Jamaican descent, but I am not an authority, okay? So, I'm gonna dip. Maybe I better just do this. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna dip my dip. That's so good. I think I'm gonna put on the thing for appetite. So, did the dip. That's good. That's crazy good. I might have to keep going on that one. Now let me tell you, this is a pretty good piece of meat. I love going to this Jamaican spot at the SNUFF Cater. But I've had bigger oxtails. Huge. So good. That heat is crazy good. No tomatoes on that. Clean. Done. I definitely need my napkins on deck. So good. Mark of a good cigar. You have to throw a lot of flame to it, especially the ones that haven't kept a long time. Baby them with the light. They're good to go. Taste all your good flavors. The Trader Jack's. Beautiful. I'm going to tap the ash off a little bit because with these, you know, once you start smoking cigars, you'll know what ash to tap off. So, you got a lot of good vlogmas coming up. So make sure you stay locked in. Now I'm so bummed. I'm getting ready to try this plantain. Look how caramelized that is. Okay. smoked plantain. The more you smoke it, the sweeter it becomes. It still maintains good color. And having it in my pineapple dish is just crazy good. Alright, so y'all know I love my corn on the cob. I got a video where I was just eating corn on the cob. That was so crazy. That's just how much I love it. I thought I was going to finish the whole thing. I don't know why I thought I was, but I finished pretty good. Enough of it so you can catch that video. Alright, so here goes. I should have had the holders, but guess what? We eating. We eating. And we're smoking. Okay, it has rounded out pretty good. Doing like a 360 there. So the canoeing has moved off a little bit. Sometimes the canoeing happens after it's been perfectly burning good. Could be because of wind, if you're at a lounge, or if you got ceiling fans going. The sun is starting. Well, not the sun, but the light from the east is starting to good thing. All right, we're going for the second oxtail because I've been eating pretty light. Let me grab my sauce. Dunk. The dunk is about to go. And dunk it. Boom. Can we get a drip? No drip. That's a good mark of a nicely thick layer sauce. Also, I had red snapper, the whole thing with the head on it. They covered the eyes with some jerk sauce. So good. It's fresh, nice, sweet, lightly sweet taste to it. I love red snapper. That's so good. Dip. And it's so good without the sauce. I think sometimes with the mukbang culture, we go overboard with the sauce too much and you don't get the beautiful essence of whatever your meal is. Now, if you're eating the oxtail off the bone, you have to be careful how you're going so you don't chip your teeth. Oxtail is expensive. You want to get every bit. Every bit. A1. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish. Get this snack on up out the way. Look at that. I mean, but look at that. It has the juice from the whole pineapple down in there. After even cutting it out, you know, you leave pieces of the pineapple and the juices. So then this is so good. Let's see if we can get some tropical essence. I'm gonna go back in, put my mouth on fire again. Masochist with the beautiful Jamaican sauce with that Scotch bonnet. That was done. All right, so oxtails are done. Done. Let's get some ambiance. Okay, and I'm gonna go my corn and then last. I'm gonna go with my plantain for the finish. It's done. I'm plantain. There's a whole wrap right there. So what I'm gonna do is move this out of the way. Say bye-bye, piglets. We'll leave them. And I'm gonna set that over there. I have some beautiful spray here that just refreshes everything. Okay, and I also have It's beautiful spray. It is sea salt hair spritz, beach beautiful style jasmine organic coconut. I have different kind of hairsprays, but this is so good. So if you still want that beach vibe, like beautiful, spray away. I'm also gonna use this lighter that is cool down. I'm gonna light it incense so we can relax. This is beautiful. This is moon. Okay, which is so good. They have a beautiful moon that's setting over in the west. You can see like the light coming up. Okay, because it's like 5:47 a.m. Okay, so let me rinse my palette. There was a great cigar dinner in Charlotte that I missed, and Padron was there, sponsored by the Tinderbox, and Jorge was there. I was so bummed because I had it on the calendar and then it just escaped me, but I was just like, man. I met a lot of the cigar legends, Lito Gomez, the Fuentes, just a lot. So I was looking forward to meeting him. AJ Fernandez. I remember AJ was like, these are my wives. It was me and Jax. If you're in a cigar world, you know who Jax is. Shout out to Jax. She's amazing. And we took a picture with him together at a cigar event. And he was like, these are my two wives. I was like, yes. So we're still in the first third of the cigar. I know they had a good time at that cigar dinner. Then I also missed a dinner for Maker's Mark. I got my invitation. I'm a brand ambassador for Maker's Mark, and I just could not get to it. I was just like, oh my god. They had different events in different cities, and I just could not get there. So I was just like, oh wow. I'm starting to taste just a little bit of pepper, but this is not like a peppery type of cigar. This is more medium strength with some strong notes coming through there. Just depends on that cigar, how it was rolled and all that. But beautiful Caribbean style flavor taste. It is on the sweet side, but not ultra sweet, and not infused, to be clear, like those super infused cigars. But yeah, this is lovely. The moon is like touching the ground. I need to get, let me take a picture of that one. That's beautiful. It's like it's sitting on the ground. It's just beautiful. So, you know, your surveillance cameras are for your protection, but also you can just see the beauty of the sky, depending on how you got them situated, and just the beauty of things. And you notice a lot of stuff that's happening around you that you wouldn't normally know to look at if you didn't have the cameras on, if you don't go out stargazing. Beautiful. The ash is holding real good. But I'm going to tap it off. Okay. I'll tap that bad boy off in a minute. That taps off really, really good. Burning really, really good. So I hope you find some chill for the holiday season. Be very careful, watch your surroundings. Just before Thanksgiving, we were in the grocery store and I was having a rough day. And this person coming out, the person with me, they said they saw the person like coming down the aisles that we were, and are coming past the aisles, and I didn't notice it. But as soon as we checked out and get ready to go out, this man comes up, maybe had to been like 6'4", and he stopped in front of us, and he was like, I just got out of jail after 10 years. And I started to shoplift, but God told me not to. Just like that. And I was like, so I immediately felt like this little danger. So I am licensed to carry. So in the middle of the grocery store, trying to get out, blocking my way for some foolishness, I pulled out my piece, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he moved. Then he started giving somebody coming in the same line. We got to the vehicle. I was like, you load the stuff in, and I'm going to keep this on deck, on guard, unlocked, ready to go. And sure enough, that person must have turned him down. He comes out. You know, somebody looks at you, but they don't look at you. And they kept walking, but I kept my eye on them. So, be safe out here, okay? Be safe. Because that could have went any kind of crazy way. And I'm a responsible, gun owner, but, it's been so wild out here. People have no filter, no conscience, no nothing. So you gotta stay steady. And even if you don't carry, have your mace, have your stun guns, have something to protect you, something, in holiday time. And I know people are going through it, but, that's not the way to do things. And I didn't feel no good vibes on that whatsoever, so. Be ready. So you don't have to get ready, because you may not have time to get ready. Alright, oh, good. Let me see if I can tap this off again. We have an ash ball. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I'm feeling pretty good now. That's what a cigar does. A cigar is supposed to make you feel good. Alright, so there's an ash ball. You can see it. So, rolled nicely. Whoever the roller was, they did their thing on that. The Sea Glow has a nice ash ball too when you tap the ash off. Beautiful. It's more pronounced than this one. And I was like, I love it. You know, those are the little things I love to look at. I remember doing a live and somebody said, you hold in the cigar. I like how you draw it in. And I was like, yeah, I don't let it go a lot because I want to taste that aroma in my mouth. I want to taste everything of why I got that cigar in the first place. So, como que sí. I'm gonna pull out an old cigar this week. Nick's Cigars in Myrtle Beach. He has several locations. One is really nice. It has a bar with food, and they serve wine, and I think they're also open on Sundays. So if you go to that beach, you know, he has all the pictures on the wall where he went to, like, the Drew Estate compound and show the pictures of the field and stuff like that. Gotta take it through your nose to get another full chill. I tell people that because cigars chill you down. You don't always have to throw that liquor. But anyway, Nick was in the store. Not always is he in the store, so that was so good to meet him. And so we had a talk. They had the Liga Privada in a glass case with a lock, and I grabbed a few out there. I love the pigtail. I love the L and the Lancero, and I did get an undercrown. And you know, he was talking about how it's just so great to go there on those tours and, you know, meet up with everyone. And so he pulled out a cigar for me. I think it is the Padron 3000. He pulled out two of them, and the cellophane is smoked out. You already know. And I haven't touched either one of those, but I think I'm gonna pull one out with Padron. You gotta eat on all cigars. I recommend it. I don't care how long you've been smoking, because it just depends on your body and what day you're having. You need to eat. But I always know on Padron who you need to eat, and I know that is ready to take me down. And I'm gonna pull one of mine. Big rain gauge. So I'm gonna eat off camera, and I'm gonna come on and smoke it with you all. I'm gonna go to some lounges to check some lounges out. But the last cigar dinner that I went to, I pulled out the Padron because they have like the pre-dinner cocktails and meet and greet. I have a girlfriend with me, and I was showboating stupidly. I was running on fumes. I didn't have nothing to eat. I was like, I'm gonna eat there, but I don't know why I lit that Padron, and we had the cocktails going from 6 to 7. Cigar dinner started at 7 to about 10 or 11. After a few puffs into the first third, I was going downhill. She was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Ooh, this room is spinning." And I had to get some hors d'oeuvres and put it down. I had to put it down until the cigar dinner started and get some food in me, because I did a big faux pas. That was crazy. It was taking me down. I'm talking about like seconds from fainting. And I was like, the cigar, if I did faint, that means I fainted on a Padron. Clearly, I wasn't on my aficionado. So, no play. That was no bueno, no play. The moon is leaving, but it's still beautiful. I love this time of night because everybody is where they need to be. It's quiet and it's chill. No music coming by, nobody out and about. But still on these cameras though, I know one night I was doing some writing, and I saw this person just walking. It was like 3 a.m. I was like, and then I have a few people who stop and, or pause, I should say, not stop, but like they're looking at the cameras, because we have a few cameras that are on the inside, which is really good option versus your ones outside. Because say if somebody, you know, try to take your camera or whatever, the ones on the inside, they're stuck to the window on the inside and they show perfect viewing clear, and they hear all the noise on the outside if you set that. And it has the little alarms if you want to hit it. Even if you're away from your home, you can hit the little alarm and stuff. But yeah, it's wild what you can see on this camera. So that person was walking at like 2, 3 in the morning. Coming into the second third really good. I'm not dried out. Ash is dark, and it's a stacked ash. See that? Tap that off. Still got that little roundness there. I was looking at some old cocktails because around the holidays I always try to make cocktails. I'm a deactivated bartender. Back in the day in my 20s, I used to do some bartending. My friends had a club. I needed some extra cash, you know, and it's like, we just opened a club, but we can't pay you anything, so you just have to make the money off the tips. And I was willing to help out friends and everything. And listen, I'm a good bartender. I was a good bartender. And my tips were no less than $5 my tips would go from 5 to 10 to 20. By the end of the night, I would clear about $500 in tips. And maybe on a super slow night, no less than 200, 300. And on a super crazy special night, I cleared. I was like, it was nice. It was a nice gig. People talk to you, and the worst thing you can do is, hey, over here. Because a good bartender, though, there's some bad bartenders. The good bartenders, they scope the whole, especially if that's your whole, it's just you, and that's your whole thing. You're good. You get everybody. You just work your way down, and you keep in mind who was there and all of that. And I was pretty quick. And then your bar back in, and I would get some help with that. But yeah, that was a really good gig. You got to meet a lot of interesting people, people from all walks of life. And if you are a people person and you've experienced life as well, you know, it's really good. You know, you got some lonely people out there, and that's a mark of a good bartender. So I've been looking at some drinks. They have I'm gonna post it on social media. Some really nice drinks that were created back in the 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s. And so I'm gonna try my hand at some of those. Because I think the old school drinks like that, like Paint Ladies and White Russians, Black Russians, like a lot of people don't drink those anymore. But the rule is when you drink those, especially White Russian, you really don't need to mix anything else up. Your stomach will thank you for not mixing anything with White Russians. You just need to stay on that all night. Black Russian, different. You can kind of move off and do a cognac or, you know, a beer. Maybe I wouldn't really do anything heavy. But with the Black Russian, you could kind of go heavy with like a any dark heavy beer. You could go there. But you know, you could do like a Newcastle. But I probably would stay like Newcastle, a nice Foster, a nice blonde, you know, something like that. Maybe a golden, little heavy. But you know, you want to stay in line with your drinking and don't mix things up. That's a mark of a good drinker. But live and learn. If you mix it up and you start catching the fade, then you'll know not to do it again. You see that? Just shot out my nose. I started to do some snuff, but I'll save those for later. I think I have one I'm not doing any snuff, but this is Freiburg and Trier, and this is French Carrotte, which is really good. Tobacco in many forms. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. But this is so good. I'm tempted. Might as well. Let it breathe, though. It's like wine. Let it breathe. Even with a cigar, take it out, let it sit. and let it open itself up to its environment, especially if you have it closed in, because I have like my cigars all in different boxes and I put it in a humidor. Stack ash. What I love about the snuff is that you can take travel bullets with you, and they're very acceptable in cigar lounges and at cigar dinners, and it's good. Of course, Blackfoot, Cherokee, Choctaw. I come from a line of tobacconists, and my great grandmother lived to 109. If you've been looking at the channel, she did her pipe. She rolled cigars, little mini cigars, and she did two-bro snuff. Listen, that two-bro snuff. Shout out to my great grandmother. I had her in my life for 29 years, and she lived to 109. She transitioned in 2000, and man, shout out, because that two bros American Scotch snuff is no joke. You can smell you about to go in for a nice time once you just open it. And I was just like, man, it'll have you going under too if you take too much. And that's the one thing about snuff and cigars. Don't go too fast, because you can get cigar sickness even if you eat, because you're taking too much in. You're not letting it go through your bloodstream. So I'm gonna have a pinch. This is my personal thing. And then I should have a handkerchief back. The great thing about snuff is it can open up your sinuses if you have sinus trouble, which I don't, but it opens you up real nicely. It's beautiful tobacco essence within the nose, and it's so many blends. I go to Mr. Snuff from the UK, which is really, really good. Shipping to the US takes about a week or 2 weeks. I have really good deals, and you know, there's no band on it. You know, if you can't get to your cigars, you can take a pinch of that and you're straight to go. So you can get to your cigars or pair it like I just did. And they have so many kinds. They have one called Red Bull, and it is strong. They say strong stuff. It is. I have another one that's pretty wild too. It's Bohica by Fubar, and it has red chilies. Now they tell you it has red chilies, so you don't want to just take a big pinch and go to town. Now there are videos on YouTube where everybody is just like tripping because they have taken too much, and you're just like, man, you are wild. Because when I took it on one nostril, and I put it right at the tip, and it's beautiful. It's like a Mayan chocolate type vibe, not sweet chocolate, but like a beautiful cocoa clay type vibe. But when I went outside, and this was hours later, anytime a whiff of air came by my nose, it would heat up. And I was like, I can't imagine if I kept sniffing. You are catching that heat. And when I tell you that little bump that I did, I was catching heat for about a good 6 hours off that little. Every time a wind would gust, it would like heat up. I was like, whew. So It's just beautiful how the tobacco world is, and that's why you have legislation to make sure that, ooh, that's a lot, wait a minute. That's enough of that. French Carrotte. That's it. This has been so relaxing. Let's see what else we can get. Would you like to go for a train ride? Okay, the sky is showing the clouds. A little light has come up. It's like 6:16 a.m. And I love these little things because you can, you know, go on your little destinations if you don't have the cash to really go. And you could just take a train ride, like right now. Second, third, I taste evergreen, woodsy notes, alpine. I also have an alpine snuff too, which is a German snuff. Really good, especially if you go outside. Perfect for hiking or going in the mountains, or you know, it smells really outside. So I'm getting a little evergreen off of this. The sweetness have kind of dialed back. That pepper is gone. And maybe a little cocoa in there because of the whole tropical vibe that the Trader Jack's give off. I'd be so close to saying Trader Joe's. Beautiful cloud here that's has a dark cloud and white tips coming in as the light is coming up. We're gonna leave the train real quick and let's see, got some music here. She Loves Me That Way, so we're gonna put that on. to sleep. Probably until 12:01. But I'll be back for some more cigar sessions. Let's turn up Vlogmas. Woodsy notes have started to come back. Beautifully. Clouds are forming. Pink has come in a little bit. The gray clouds have moved off. The white clouds have moved off, so it's like a dark blue with pink tint. Beautiful. This has been so cool. I'm having another puff. One for the road to Dreamland. That has been amazing. I had a good time. I hope that you all had a good time, because I really had a good time. here. And let's see. Starting to get a little warm on the lips, but that's all cool. Okay, let's do our last puffs here. Okay, I've nubbed it. One last. Okay. That's it. Done and done. Let me stay on that for a minute. After the cigar, you get a little tongue burn, but that's just your senses opening up. And then it goes away. And the cigar is still doing its thing because you're real chill. If a cigar is not chilling you, then that means you've done something wrong. And that's what it's there for, to take your cares away. Smoke responsibly. Pros, cons, risks. Own it. All right. Sun's up. I did my thing. Thank you so much for locking in, everybody. I have more to come. Stay locked in. Bye-bye.